Okay, behind me I have the brand new 2023 X7, the LCI facelift with the new curved display screen and iDrive 8, the new split headlight design coming for BMW. I'm gonna hop behind the camera and give you guys the first look at the 2023 X7. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna go over the X7. I'm gonna point out everything that I know is different from the last year. So like right off the bat, the front end is completely redesigned. Kidney grills, a little bit bigger, not too much bigger. Main thing with the kidney grills is even with high gloss black exterior content, the outer rim is still a matte finish versus the gloss. So that's interesting. This is an M Sport Package 40i with tanzanite blue exterior. And then of course you have these new split headlight designs. So LED turn signals at the top, and then the low beams and the high beams down below. Redesigned front bumper. The active stop and go cruise control radar sensor is a lot bigger than it used to be. So a whole different front bumper for the X7. Those headlights are certainly interesting. And then there's like another like air vent right in the side here. That's interesting. Really aggressive. Really kind of off inwards. So we've got black wheels on the outside, blue M Sport brakes. Let's take a whole look at the exterior. You can start to see on the taillights like this funky pattern that's right in on the side of the taillights. Lots of triangles in there. It's a pretty interesting design. The whole rear bumper, not too much different from the pre-LCI. It mainly is just that front bumper. And on the inside, ooh, we got some spicy changes. We got the new iDrive 8. It's got an opening cut screen that comes in. Some music, oh, BMW logo. And that's how it looks like until you start the car. That fine line wood trim, X7 interactive bar. Yeah, curved display screen, spicy. Everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, actually, interior is a lot different. We now have standard Sansa fin on the inside, so all these seats are a lot different. Transmission controller is different as well. Let's just take a look at the back seats before we focus in on the fronts. This one is the 6-seat option, so it has the captain chairs, so more Sansa fin, not Sansa Tech, so a little bit different on the X7 than it is on a 3 Series or an X3. And I get into the back, 3rd row option. Looks like all the control panels, everything else is staying pretty much the exact same. All right, let's hop in the front and talk about things that are different. Curved display screen, so interesting. Reactive bar. So this side stayed the exact same, and then yeah, we just no longer have a handle, and we just have this little glass shifter up and down for gears. Start it, steering wheel's coming into position. Temperature, let's turn the temperature on. Interesting, so I turned the temperature on, and then right away with the temperature, the ventilated seat symbol came on right away as well. And a new thing for iDrive 8, like this car has no gas, has no range, and it's asking, hey, you're very low on gas, do you want to see gas stations? I never saw that with iDrive 7. And then looks like here as well, it is an M Sport package, so we got like little M logos up here, there, and in the center, lots of M stripes. We're in comfort mode, even when you go to eco mode, so the gauge cluster redesigns, but it still keeps the little M stuff. And let's try sport mode. Sport, it gets red, and we get the same tricolors are staying everywhere, so that's interesting. And then you can click here, and you can change the content that you see in the center. Most people probably leave it on map view, but you can definitely change that content and see what you want to see, which is pretty cool. What is this, the G-force meter? That's interesting. Music. You can change head-up display as well. Look at the head-up display. You can kind of see it. There's like 2 like arrows there, and as I turn the steering wheel, it turns with it, and I'm pretty sure those are the RPM. So let me step on the gas here. We're in park. Yeah, you can see the RPMs coming in together. RPMs there. Nice exhaust sound to it. And let's see, can we configure the head-up display? What do we got? We got navigation. I guess there's standard view, directional view, sport view, and then reduced view. Pretty cool. Let's see, let's move this down to, let's go into comfort mode and see what else that's different. So it looks very similar to iDrive 8 that I've seen before. Gauge cluster is different than on any of the electric cars. So far we've only seen iDrive 8 on the i4 and the iX, and this is the first gas engine car that's come in with iDrive 8. So it's pretty cool. We're in comfort mode now, and I'm going to come back. We're going to configure, do map, row preview, map. But when you're in comfort mode, you can also do layout. So we got layout 1, layout 2, and layout 3. So you don't even see the RPM. So this is pretty similar with what I saw on the iX. And then comfort mode for head-up display, directional view, sport view. I guess it's all the same options there. And then when you go into eco mode, let's see, eco mode. Yeah, you can only configure the gauge cluster in comfort mode of how the gauge cluster will look like, and other than that you can just do the content that you see in it. So that's interesting. Now let's talk about like the actual dash. Like, it's a lot of wood trim. So whatever your trim option is, carbon fiber, wood trim, it's a lot of trim option that carries all the way over as well. So yeah, the trim's different. Like the vents here are different, and then like the vents here, like this is like weird little toggle thing here. Like I guess open, close. Yeah, so that's closed. That's open, and then left, right, up and down, the whole thing. And then there's the toggles in the center here as well for, I guess, the vents above and below the interaction bar. That's interesting. And then we just have these buttons down here, a little slimmed down. Looks like this has all stayed the same. Closing area, heat and cool cup holders. So yeah, I guess you want to go into drive, and then sport, reverse, and I guess a half toggle for neutral. Park at the end is pressing that button. Everything else stayed the same except for that toggle shifter. 360 parking camera. Then you have this interaction bar. So check out, like when I go to sport mode, the interaction bar went red. It's hard to see because of the light, but then I go comfort mode and it repulses the lights, and then I go eco mode and it pulses the lights blue. So that's really cool. Let's go into the settings, see what we can find in the settings here. So we're at main menu. Oh, we don't have any words there, just symbols. That's interesting. Like nav. Interesting. Phone, music, media, I guess. So in iDrive 7 there was definitely words, but let's go over. So we're in main menu. BMW ID is the first one. Mobile devices. I like how they have the important ones up at the top. Seat comfort. Interesting. Systems, interior lighting. Let's do this. Let's do ambient lighting. Colors. Function currently not available. Interesting. I can't change the color. I wonder if that's because I've heard a lot of things are going to be locked unless you have your driver profile. So it looks like the ambient lighting color is locked out right now. That is very interesting. Can't change it. Lighting events, welcome, safety. So incoming calls. I know this interaction bar will light up with incoming calls. Oh look, it's red now because we're in sport. Comfort changes. Eco mode blue. You can see it a bit better in that clip. Interesting. Can't adjust the ambient lighting. Huh. BMW assistance, owner's manual, automatic habits. I'm gonna come out with a full iDrive 8 video in the future. I'm not going to dive too much in. Digital key, add main key, messages, Wi-Fi connections. Does this have a wireless charger? I think it does. Climate control. So this is what your climate control menu looks like now. It's a lot. Like instead of having everything with buttons that were right here, all those buttons now have their own screen. So this is everything. Looks like heated steering wheel's on right now. I don't remember turning that on. I mean, I didn't. Oh yeah, and actually heated steering wheel button has been removed on this one. So at least with the i4, you'd still have the heated steering wheel button. Now, heated steering wheel is only in there, which honestly, like, it was so much better when it was just a button. It says my seats are heated. I don't want seats heated right now. I want the how are they heated and ventilated at the same time? I don't know. Ventilation can be turned up. Very high. So ventilation now has 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. Before it only had 3 variants. What about heated seats? Heated seats, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they now have a 4th variant to the heated seats. That's interesting. Heated steering wheel, also 4 variants. Before it was just either on or it's off. Now you have variants to it. So that is cool. Let's see, then the fan, dynamic, and then your fans, and then the seat, the passenger seat. So this whole menu for like passenger and driver side going to either side is quite a lot. What are the menus we got here? We got display menus. Yeah, pretty much the same as last one. Doors and windows, driving settings, chassis. There's no longer a safety system button. There used to be a circle that would be a shortcut into the safety systems. Now it looks like the only way to get into there is through the driving systems, safety systems, like going right in here. Let's see if anything's in here. Let's go safety and warning. For collision, lane departure warning, active blind spot. Oh, you can turn active blind spot off now. Before, you couldn't actually turn it off. You could either, there was 3 settings for it, early, medium, or late, and now it looks like there's only expanded, reduced, and just completely off. Steering intervention, you can now select between lane departure warning and active blind spot monitoring, so that's a new. Warning when turning, so that's all new. Exit warning. Approach and notify when exiting the vehicle when traffic is approaching. Wow, so basically kind of like if people are approaching you, that is very cool. There's a warning tone, fatigue alert, speed warning. So there's a little bit more to the safety systems now. What about at the top? Pre-collision, same thing for pre-collision. Oh, you can actually turn pre-collision off now. Before, the only one you could take off was lane departure warning. That was the only one you could turn off before. Now you have more customability and you can turn all the safety systems off pretty much. Parking, driving, steering wheel by the feedback. So more customability with iDrive 8. Exterior lighting, pathway lighting, BMW Iconic Glow, function not available. So I think that's another thing. The active kidney grills, in order to get those, you have to log into your driver profile. Parking, 360 parking camera, more. All right, and that's pretty much, yeah, that's as much I'm going to go into for iDrive 8. So there we go. We got a good look at a display, what the dashboard looks like. Very interesting on the LCI updates. M Sport Package Tanzanite Blue. Oh yeah, the X7 did get this new key fob, so same style as the new iX. The X7 also got updated key with that LCI, so pretty cool. Only difference from the iX, it looks like there's this little symbol here for remote engine start. Triple click 3 times. All right, guys, that's everything I have for the first look at the LCI X7 40i. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. I will be coming with more of everything you need to know. It's virtual delivery, guys, but I just wanted to get in there quickly and see what all the differences were. If you guys enjoyed this content, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay up to date with BMW news.